Okay, let's go ahead and download the Arduino IDE version 2. So the web address is the same. It's arduino.cc, and I'm going to go ahead and hit this button and go to software just like before. And here we see the latest version is 2.3.3. If you wanted to download the older version, still you can. Down here, you need Windows 7 and newer. Honestly, you shouldn't be running Windows 7 anyway because Microsoft stopped supporting it a couple years ago. And this is good for Windows 10 and newer. We also have options for Linux and Mac. So I'm going to go ahead and use this Windows installer here. And again, it's going to ask you if you want to contribute anything. I'm going to just download. And now you can join their newsletter if you'd like. I'm going to just download here. And it could take a few seconds up to a few minutes depending on your internet connection speed. So let's go ahead and do the install. We'll agree. And you could pick whichever option you'd like here. I would leave that alone. Okay, so it finished and this box will be checked by default. I'm going to go ahead and click Finish. Now, during the install, if you see windows like this, just go ahead and allow access. I'm going to click Allow on all of them. I'm going to expand this. I'm going to click Later on that. Okay, it looks like we are installed. Now, I just want to make a few quick notes really quick. We'll go into more detail on the new IDE later. We can see we have a lot of the same features, verify, upload, and then we go over here to preferences. Some of the preferences are a little bit different. Here is where your sketchbook is located. You could change that if, say, you have two hard drives, one for your operating system and one for data. For example, that might be a situation where you might want to change this. We could change the font size as before. I have 20/20 vision. I'm going to leave it at 14. And then there's some other options here that are kind of interesting. I wouldn't really change. This would be interesting to look at. So if we click that and check that and then click OK, and I go ahead and select the board. We're using the Arduino Uno. There you are. And let me plug the board in. Okay, plug the board in. We see a port appeared. I'm going to check that port and make sure that's checked, and then click OK. So you saw I enabled that option. Now, just for kicks, let's see what happens. Okay, so here we see we have a bunch of information. Again, you might want to look at this once or twice. It is kind of interesting. It gives you a bunch of information about the board and the chip and other technical pieces of information that might be interesting to look at. But if you're new, especially if you're new, I would leave this disabled. Okay, so you want to look at it and play around once or twice just to check it out and see what it says. That's fine. But if you're new, you're probably not going to know what a lot of this stuff means anyway, and it's just going to be confusing. So I just wanted to show you that real quick. That is an option. I'm going to go ahead and uncheck it, and we'll go ahead and re-verify so you can see the difference here. And we can see there really isn't a whole lot here. Just the basic typical information you would see. So anyway, we'll go into more detail on this IDE in the next lesson. Alright, so there is one more thing I wanted to talk about really quick concerning Arduino and the IDEs that are available. Here we see up top we have the Arduino Cloud Editor. And this used to be called the Web Editor a while ago. Now they changed the name of it. And the way it works is it's all cloud-based, as you could probably have guessed. And it says here it's free. The problem is it's not really free. If you go for this cloud editor and use it, which you'll have to do if you're using a Chromebook, then you are allowed to do 25 compilations or verifications per day. Once you hit 25 in a given day, they will ask you for money to sign up for one of their paid plans. So I'm not really going to go into any detail as far as how to set this up and use it, because really, if you're running Windows, Mac, or Linux, there's no reason why you should have to use this. And as of now, they want you to pay once you hit, again, 25 verifications or uploads in a given day. Now, I think at one time it used to be 100% free, but now it is not. And if we look over here, if you are running a Chromebook, it looks like that for some reason, Google Play has removed the Arduino Cloud. So if you are running a Chromebook and you don't have access to any other type of PC or Mac or anything like that, you are going to have to use the cloud editor. And again, I'm not going to go ahead and do the install here because I think most of you have access to one PC and should be running the IDE on your PC locally. But just in case, I'm going to go ahead and take this link and I'm going to post it in the resources section of this lesson. So anyway, I just wanted to mention the cloud editor is available, but it does cost money if you plan on doing a lot of work or you're working on a project and you hit 25 verifications in a given day. It will require you to sign up and pay before you can do anything else. And because it's available for Windows, Linux, and Mac, there really isn't any real reason why most of us would have to use the cloud editor. But feel free, if you want to play with it just to see what it's like, to go ahead and download it and install. You'll have to install the agent if you're running Windows, but it's really not something that you need to do. Maybe someday in the future it will be free again. You might want to keep checking back to see if it's still required to pay if you want to do more than 25 verifications or uploads per day. But that's it. I'll see you in the next lesson.